Hi guys, I've seen some pretty odd interviews in my life, but this one is probably one of the weirdest or perhaps worst yet, I'm not sure. Now this clip you'll see demonstrates the massive economic and class divide when it comes to the cost of living crisis. NewsNight thought it would be a good idea to interview David Moore, the owner of a Michelin star restaurant in London, about the rail workers' strike action. First David asks if it's fair for them to go on strike. Then he drops a bit of a bombshell. Have a listen.
Well, we have to say, is it really fair that the train drivers and the union workers are allowed to strike? In my view, it should be done differently. They should be given the option of working, but not collecting ticket fares. So the general public could travel for free and actually look upon a strike day as, let's go to town today because it's not going to cost us anything. That'd be a far better way of doing it.
What would you say to the unions?
Get a life. I mean, what would I say to the unions? I think sack the lot. Let's do it. Let's sack the lot. It'll be grim for the next 6 months, but at least it'll be over and done with.
Wow. Okay. First of all, he says, should they be allowed to go on strike? And I've asked this question before. If you don't want them going on strike, what is the alternative? They're not happy with their pay and conditions. If they are attempting to negotiate better pay and conditions with their employer, and their employer says, we're not giving you anything better, what should they do instead? The only alternative is industrial action. Then he says, okay, well, the solution is to don't collect ticket fares. Just allow people to ride the trains for free. And it'd be good. It can be a lovely day out for everyone. This is about getting people into the city centre, probably to his restaurant. It's not about. It's not really about industrial relations. But how does that affect somebody who's a cleaner? How does that help them? By allowing, they would go on strike and say, okay, how is my going on strike going to change anything if there is no strike? If the industrial action is just not collecting ticket sales or ticket fares. That, once again, I don't know. Maybe it could work, but I imagine if the trade unions are not doing that, it's because it's not really going to work. You would have a few people not working while everyone else, a cleaner, would still be cleaning. How would they benefit from the company not getting ticket sales? And as we know, during this current strike action, the government is compensating the rail companies. So no one is really losing out here, apart from the workers, because they're not going to create a situation where the company has to give them better paying conditions. And finally, sack the lot for 6 months. I don't even know how to respond to this. 6 months of not working, no trains. And of course, not all of the rail is for passengers. Some of it is freight. So companies who want to bring goods into the UK or around the UK or out of the UK and need to rely on the rail network, they would not be able to operate for 6 months. They'd have to rely on couriers or on haulage instead. Grim for 6 months. And this is a guy who runs a restaurant in London who relies on public transport. Maybe not directly himself, but surely his staff rely on public transport and his customers rely on public transport. This is nuts. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.